Hello and welcome to Benilde-St. Margaret's High School for this MSHSL girls lacrosse match tonight. We have the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights hosting the Cretin Derham Hall Raiders. Cretin coming in at 8-4 and Benilde at 6-4. This should be a pretty good matchup today, as we see Sydney Liebel for the Red Knights lining up for the draw here on senior night at Benilde. I'm Ethan Lee, along with Sorrel Blake Tene today for this one. We're glad to host you, and as we see down on the field, they're about to get started. Ref talking to both goalies, making sure they're ready, and the draw will start.
We're ready to go.
Welcome, Sorrel.
Thank you for having me.
Sydney Liebel for Benilde taking this draw up in the air, and immediately no control. It is down and picked up by the Red Knights. That is number 7 for the Red Knights, Lily Efforts, taking it downfield right away. Now Captain Margot Brink, the senior here on senior night, with the ball, taking it down to the X spot behind the net. The pass over to teammate, I believe Katie O'Connor, is down on the ground, but it is picked up for Benilde, and they'll get started on this possession. Sent back over there to 29, Captain Sydney Liebel. Liebel's defender playing tight on her, but she gets through a shot, and it looks like a save. And that is Ellie Crawford for Cretin Derham Hall. And the ball will go to Cretin now, and that is number 3 for them, Mariah Cray. And the ball is down. Mariah picks it back up, but it's down again, and a big scuffle for it.
Looks like no one can gain control.
Yeah, no one gaining control immediately. Hard to pick that one up sometime, especially with that girl stick. It's really flat in there, you know. It's not like the guys with the big pockets, so hard to control. But Cretin will get it back, and now number 9, Josie O'Leary for the Raiders with the ball. Sent back behind the net, back up top now. And Cretin working, it looks like, a motion offense right now. So far in the game, just one save, Ellie Crawford with that one. But a whistle was blown, maybe a goal circle violation or something on that. Cretin recontrolled the ball. Monica Whaley now controlling it. She sends it over. That is number 7, Shayla Osborne. Ball still on the ground, whistle blown. Ref indicating a kick, and that will go to Benilde. Number 7 for Benilde. Lily Efforts, the defender, will pick it up, toss it over to teammate McCall Brommelkamp, and Benilde looks like they'll at least attempt to get going the other way. McCall taking it down, number 4, Monica Whaley on her immediately, and also number 14, Bree Osborne coming up, but McCall doing a good job getting it downfield, sending it over to her teammate. That is number 11, Emma Vanderheide, the senior, and now she's taking it through. That looked like a good clear, Sorrel, for them. McCall took it down most of the way, sent it over to Emma, and you see the good team connection there as we have another Benilde possession.
Definitely. I definitely see the chemistry between the two.
And that's going to be something we're talking about all game, not just with them, but especially as we saw last time I was here. Sydney Liebel, as she just shoots, and a save by Ellie Crawford. That is Ellie's second save of the game.
That was a nice one.
Sydney, yeah, she got the stick up there. Ellie Crawford did and knocked it back, but the chase is won by Benilde, so they will repossess. But Sydney and Allie Coughlin showed tremendous teamwork together, team chemistry. They had 4 or 5 goals combined in that game. They couldn't pull out the win. It was 8-7 final in that game against Chaska, but that's something we're going to be seeing today, especially on senior night. These are these girls' last game here as a senior. Obviously, they'll have the section tournament, but and maybe state if they can get past Blake, which has always been a tough task. But they're definitely going to be charged up and motivated for the win tonight. As we see Cretin controlling the ball, Katie Buckingham with it, takes it back behind the net.
Lots of communication going on down there.
Yeah, I can hear a lot of yelling. They're definitely vocal, which is going to be a key tonight, especially on defense. The goalie's got to be directing the defensive players around, talking about where the ball is. Sometimes it's hard to see the ball. I mean, you can tell from up here even it's hard to track the ball always. As we see a pass down in there, a shot off target to the left. That is a shot by Elise Hitchcock for Cretin. She has 7 goals and 10 assists on the season.
Wow.
So one of their highest scores. And now we're going to see a restart for Cretin. They're playing a slow offense right now, but a motion. So hopefully for them, they'll kind of minimize the turnovers with that. But, of course, as I'm saying that, they do turn it over to number 15, Gretchen Sattler. Interesting about Gretchen, if you don't know, this is her first year playing lacrosse, and she is a varsity starter. So very impressive. She's very athletic. She will be going to the University of St. Thomas next year to play basketball. As we see Allie Coughlin taking it down the field now. She gets a breakaway, goes around another defender, a shot up, and Ellie Crawford
close.
with another good save. That's 3 saves for Ellie Crawford so far. She's been tremendous out here as Benilde has created a couple good opportunities, but nothing going for them so far. 3 saves for Crawford, and now a fight for the ball ensues. Picked up by Benilde. Allie Coughlin again, but a whistle blown. It'll be a ward called, I believe, on Coughlin. Ball is down, and it will go to Cretin Derham Hall. So far, no goals. 5 minutes into this one.
Yep.
But it'll be good to see how these teams adjust. The normally high-scoring teams, especially in Cretin's last game. What do you know about that one, Cyril?
Looks like they won 21-5 against White Bear Lake, which is
That's tremendous.
definitely a good score.
21 goals. I don't know how it feel to be the goalie in that one, but so these are going to be 2 teams that are going to post a lot of them as well. As we saw for Benilde, they had a 17-5 win earlier in the season against Jefferson. They also put up 18 against Cooper, so this will be a good matchup, whether it's high or low scoring. We're going to see some of the best players in the state play today.
A little bit of physical play on the field.
Yeah, it gets a little physical in this game, but the thing is, it seems like every time they get a little too physical, a whistle is blown and a stoppage in play. I think some of these girls would like to have a little more freedom on that, but it definitely makes for an interesting game, as we'll see here, as Cretin Derham Hall is taking it down. Number 9, Josie O'Leary. And now a ball is down, and Benilde picks it up. Gretchen Sattler with the ball. But as I was saying,
She's on the run.
Yeah, she's going down now. There's like a 4-on-3, 5-on-3 fast break. She'll hit it to Sydney. Sydney has trouble at first, but picks it up. Another save by Ellie Crawford. 4 on the day for her so far. Wow, and Sydney picks it up again. A shot and a top right goal. Ellie can only do so much there as she's just getting fired on so far. Sydney Liebel doing it on her own there. Shot, saved, picks it up, goes around, and puts another one in top right around her. As we see there, the first save up stick side. Liebel picks it up, dropped again, and she finally controls it. Gets right around those defenders there, has a good step on him, and her size is really helping her out here. She's got those long arms as she was able to extend around the defender and up in the top right corner for the first goal of the game.
Yep. Captain Sydney Liebel getting it done.
There you go. You got that captain varsity experience for him, and well, that's what we'll see a lot of tonight as these seniors really dominate this team. They got a lot of good juniors with experience that'll take over next year, but this is definitely a strong team this year. Sydney Liebel on the draw again, this time against Bree Osborne. The ball is controlled by Allie Coughlin, the three-sport athlete. Whistle is blown, and it looks like the ref is initially indicating it going to the Raiders, and it will. Callie Tashida is the possessor of this one. Number 13 for Cretin will be taking it the other way. Cretin in all yellow going left to right for this first half. Benilde in white on red going right to left. Tashida takes it in. She goes around a few defenders, still controlling it, but then a whistle blown, and she drops it, and it looks like possession is going back to Benilde, and that'll be Gretchen Sattler. Ref moving the players back around there. Gretchen, the ball is taken away by Cretin.
Scooped up by Benilde St. Margaret's.
Scooped up, that is number 2 on Benilde, Emily Schmitz. And she'll send it back to teammate senior Allie Coughlin. Whistle blown once again. What did I tell you about this game? A lot of whistles blown, a lot of stoppages in this girls lacrosse. But it makes for an interesting game, as I was trying to say earlier, when there are violations down by the goal, and then we have a free position, which we'll see eventually here, as Allie Coughlin getting inside now. Looks like she'll be taking a shot, or at least getting up on the net there. She will shoot down low, and then it goes up and scores. So on the bouncer there, Allie Coughlin with her first goal of the game what did I say early? Sydney Liebel and Allie Coughlin. So far, those are the pair that are scoring, and Sydney has gotten most of the shots, and Allie with a goal there. Just a tremendous start for them, getting on the board early, 2-0.
Yep, and that's something that we're used to seeing here at Benilde, as Allie Kaufman and Sydney Liebel are both varsity basketball players here.
Yeah, that's a key thing. The having multi-sport athletes, and coaches love that as they are recruiting. And we know Allie Coughlin going to Minnesota, Sydney, I believe, St. Thomas, but we see players like Gretchen Sattler, who this is actually her first year playing lacrosse, but she is an athletic girl going to play basketball at St. Thomas, and that was a key thing for her, staying fit all year round, getting good workouts, and keeping busy playing these sports. And so far it's worked out for her pretty well. She's had a pretty impressive season for Benilde-St. Margaret's. So as we see here on the timeout, players having to leave their sticks on the field where they were. And Sorrel, something we'll see today, not really on this timeout, we just saw a goal here, but if there is a timeout in the middle of play, or if a ball goes out of bounds or something, the girls actually have to stay exactly where they were when the ball, say, goes out of bounds or something. So if they move after the whistle, the refs will, jaw at them a little, move them around. So if you see the ref like pointing at the player and telling them go this way, that way, we're going to see them. That's because when the ball went out of bounds, that's where the ref saw them at.
Right.
Some players will try to sneak in a little bit, but usually they're not getting away with it. Just something interesting. It's really different than the guys lacrosse that I had a hard time with the first time I watched a girls game, understanding. But there'll be a lot of interesting new things in this game. If our viewers aren't experts at girls lacrosse like I once wasn't, I like to think I've gotten a little better at it, but that's just something to know. We'll try to explain the rules as best we can, but it is a very complex game. As we see the teams getting out and ready here, Sydney Liebel once again will go against Cretin's number 14, Bree Osborne.
It looks like we just had a substitution in.
Where's the substitution here?
Looking at I believe number 6, but could be wrong there. But definitely a substitution in, something that we should watch for.
Megan Ekstrand in the game. And now we see the draw going on. Sydney Liebel.
And like you said earlier, Liebel and Coughlin have just been going at the goalie Ellie Crawford for Cretin Derham Hall, and maybe we'll switch here.
Yeah, well, I definitely think what's important as we see Cretin possessing the ball right now, that is number 2, Maya Quigley. The defense really has to kind of settle the offense down, keep them outside, and but they're going to need to put a little pressure on them, make them make that bad passes. It's harder in this girls' game to get the turnovers because it's not as physical, but then again, it's harder to pass and catch successfully with those flat pockets. So, it'll definitely be interesting to see how they adjust here. As number 7, Shayla Osborne has the ball for Cretin Derham Hall, sends it back to Bree Osborne. And we see them taking it up top now. That is Bree up there.
This has been an aggressive game, even with a little bit of a slower offense. You can see Cretin Derham Hall just attacking the net, and
yeah, and that's the thing. You want to get an aggressive offense, but you also have to have the patience to wait and make the right decisions. I mean, I know in any sport you want to be the shooter, you want to put the ball in the net.
Right.
But the key really is to wait for those open opportunities, see some cuts going on, get those open players, and then when you hit them, then you send it in, and that's something Benilde is really good at. So we'll see here on the clear attempt what they end up doing. Gretchen Sattler once again with the ball, taking it down the field for the Red Knights.
Yep.
Sends it over to number 7, Lily Efforts. And Red Knights will settle. Ball down.
Nope.
Picked up by the Red Knights as McCall Brommelkamp. She'll take it straight in. Will she get a shot off? Yes, and it goes right over the head of Ellie Crawford. Ellie getting lost in that one. McCall breaking through. Just 10 minutes into this game, breaks through the defense, puts it over Ellie Crawford, and that is the 3rd goal of the game. 3-0 Benilde-St. Margaret's. Look at that replay here.
Wow,
I mean, that was right over the goalie, but it looks like she got the goalie to start going to her left, and then she put it on the right side of the goalie, and then the goalie got back, but too late. So whatever she did there, maybe the goalie followed her eyes, or I don't know what. I can't see what happened down there exactly, but I do know that whatever happened, she definitely tricked the goalie out, and that was a good play for McCall Bromelkamp. And for McCall Bromelkamp, we call her name quite a bit, as we see she has 8 goals so far in the season, so that was her 9th right there. A good season for her and a lot of these seniors on senior night here.
Right.
We had the senior night ceremony before the match, but we do have a little program. We'll have some information on these seniors throughout the game.
Yep, and like you said about opening up the defense and not always being the one to score. As you can see, the more shots that are taken on goal, the better chance of you making a goal. Because you see, Ellie Crawford we had called her name a couple times by making a few saves, but now it's goal after goal after goal, because once you get the goalie moving, and you can fake her out, thinking you're gonna go one way and you go the other way, and that's how you get the ball in the goal there.
I agree 100%, and that's the thing with the goalie is you can have a good game and then suddenly get psyched out, as we see a shot and a save there by Anna DeGiulio. That's her first save of the game, calling her name for the first time as she sends it out to Allie Coughlin for the clear. But as you said, Sorrel, that was a very good point. You can be having a good game and all of a sudden let a goal or two in with a lot of pressure, and then you've just lost all your momentum.
Right.
Get out of the zone there. So, Ellie Crawford, as we see, she is a very quality goalkeeper. So far in the season for her, she's got .665 save percentage, which is pretty impressive, especially for girls lacrosse, where we see a little less physicality on the defense, so a little more shooting. .665 save percentage, 177 saves on the season, only 89 goals allowed. So she's definitely one of the better goalies in the state of Minnesota. And Benilde, we would think, would have a tough time on her today, but just all the shots they've been getting and the open looks they've been getting have really helped them penetrate and get a 3-0 lead early, as we see Benilde attacking once again.
Yep.
Allie Coughlin there, going around the defenders, trying to work something.
Nice footwork.
Yeah, and that's something we'll see. They're very agile, very quick, as we see Sydney Liebel coming in here, going
Wow.
over Ellie Crawford once again. Ellie coming out of the net there, getting a little frustrated with her defense, not really keeping the players out of the crease and arc area. And that is Sydney's second of the game, Sorrel. 4-0 lead for Benilde. Still 13 minutes to go in the first half. But as we see on the replay there, Sydney just breaks right through, goes over Ellie. Ellie steps out because she knows her defense isn't there to make a stop for him. So maybe that's an adjustment they got to make. A little more communication with the D, know who's sliding, because as you mentioned with Allie Coughlin, we got Sydney Liebel, McCall Bromelkamp, Gretchen. A lot of fast players on this team that are also quick and agile. I mean, those are speed and agility are two different things, and this team has both of them, especially with a soccer player, Allie Coughlin. A lot of these players, as we said, multi-sport athletes, so they bring skills from other sports into this game. As we see Allie Coughlin there picking up the ball and a whistle blown, it will be Benilde possession.
Yeah, and like you said, the more and more sports that you play, the better off you'll be year round, because you just kind of, I know people think they might get tired too easily, but if it keeps you in shape. And
yeah, and it's a lot of fun too. It
yeah,
keeps
it's
you involved
definitely
in school, make a lot of friends, but also, as we see DeGiulio controlling the bad pass there.
Yep.
Sending it the other way. The thing about multi-sport athletes is they take things from one sport and apply it to the next sport. Like, I know, at least when I was playing lacrosse, basketball is a key part in influencing your lacrosse game if you've played it, because you learn kind of the basketball defense to kind of shuffle things, staying in front of your defender. As we see a pass and a shot over the net there. Wow, that was huge. As we'll see, Eleni Fiallo there gets the pass from her teammate and just sends it right over Ellie Crawford and right over the bar there. Oh, that's got to be frustrating for her, but a good look, and if they keep getting those, they'll have no problem. Right now, they're up 4-0, so can't get too down about that one, but a good opportunity for them. And Cretin and Ellie Crawford, very thankful that one didn't go in, as they will try to get back in this game. Ellie Crawford sends it out to her teammate, number 9. That is Josie O'Leary.
Yeah, we see Cretin Derham starting to fall into a lull a little bit.
Yeah, once you get down, it's hard to keep the motivation. And that's in all sports, but
Right.
you know, it looks like they're falling into a lull. They're kind of playing back a little bit, but it looks like they still have some energy in some players.
Definitely.
Like right now, number 2, Maya Quigley taking it around. She's been running for a while with that one, but she passes it over to number 7, Shayla Osborne. Ball is down, picked up by Benilde. Gretchen sends it over to Julio, and Benilde will, at least for now, get the clear attempt.
Right.
Once again, Emily Schmitz clearing
Good
that
footwork.
one.
Good footwork.
Yeah, really working around the defenders, not allowing them to infringe upon her possession and try to get the ball back.
Yep.
She's still running around with it. Maybe she needs to look up and pass, as she does. Hits it to number 7, fellow junior, Lily Efforts.
All right, and the thing, something to think about is will we see any freshmen in this game? Do you think?
Yeah, for Benilde, at least, we have Sammy Dieterding, who actually starts a lot of games. We'll see. We may call her name a little bit. This was her first season ever playing lacrosse, and she made the varsity roster. That's something that always impresses me. That blows my mind. A freshman, never played the sport before, makes it on varsity. I mean, it's one thing for Gretchen as a senior to do it, but a freshman that's never played before, that's impressive. So you see very talented athletes there, and that's another thing with the multi-sport athletes is they have these skills. They may not know they'll be good at a sport, then they try it and they're good at it. And also, Claire Grazzini, the backup goalie, is a freshman. We could see her at some point if the score gets pretty high or if we see an injury or something.
Exactly.
But so yeah, I mean there are a few freshmen on this team, and that was a really good point there. It's always cool to see those younger players play, especially when you care about the development of this team as the years go on. We have a lot of juniors, a couple freshmen, some sophomores. That's really going to help with the varsity experience for them. So we may see Sammy Dieterding in a couple years. We're going to be calling her name as one of the key players for this team, like an Allie Coughlin or Sydney Liebel right now.
You never know.
So the restart for Benilde, sent back behind the net.
You can see a lot of possessions in the Cretin Derham Hall side of the field out there.
Yeah, they're going to have to be on their heels all game defending. As we see Coughlin blow by a couple of defenders. The shot, again, saved by Ellie Crawford. She's having a great game despite the defensive lapses that we've seen dominating this team. But gotta be impressed with her. This team, I mean, she's saving this team right now. The only reason it's not 10-0 is because Ellie is playing really good shutdown goalkeeping here. We're just 15 minutes into this game. This could be a long one for them. Ellie trying to do it all herself right now. Taking it down in the clear, drops it, picks it back up. Benilde playing some good pressure D. But it will end up going to Sydney Liebel. She'll take it back down, and Benilde once again will be on the attack as Crawford is just now getting back to the net. That could have been dangerous for them. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do, especially when you're getting frustrated and antsy in that net there. Benilde will gain possession, and over to Allie Coughlin. Allie looking like she might fire, but pulls it back. She's got Liebel in front of her.
Smart move.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of dodges early for Allie Coughlin. She's the quick, agile player for this team. It's fun to watch them.
She's a leader.
Yeah, like we were saying earlier, the team chemistry is crazy as we see a shot by McCall Brommelkamp and another save by Ellie Crawford. That's got to be at least 7 for her on the day. That's impressive, but the scoreboard is not showing that. 4-0 Benilde-St. Margaret's here with just 8.5 minutes to go in this first half.
And from the looks of things, Ellie Crawford is only a sophomore.
Yes.
She still has 2 years to get even better.
And a pass up top. McCall Brommelkamp, another save down low for Ellie Crawford. That one's a body save, but just as good. Anything to keep it out of the net. And really good point, Sorrel. A sophomore on this team, she's going to be a valuable asset for this team. So maybe as a sophomore, she's not as frustrated about this as she knows she's playing well. And she's getting a lot of experience right now. But
definitely.
That's another thing. Starting goalie as a sophomore, a lot of pressure on you.
Definitely. Even as a goalie, when all those shots are good, if a team has 100 shots on goal and you're starting goalie, at least 70% of those shots are gonna come in your way, because unless you're getting blown out or you're blowing the other team out and you have to have another goalie come in, all those goals are coming her way. So
yeah, it's a tough position to play. As
definitely
we saw Sydney Liebel breaking through down there, but a whistle blown. And here, Sorrel, this is our first free position of the game. Very interesting, as Now, since she was violated inside the arc there, she's going to have the opportunity to start with no defenders within a few yards of her. She'll step up, a shot, down low, bounce shot, goal for Sydney Liebel. That is the hat trick for her.
Wow.
I'm not throwing my hat down there because I like this hat, but that's impressive early. We have 7 minutes left in the first half, so just 18 minutes in, that's a goal every 6 minutes for Sydney, if my quick math is correct. As we see on the replay there, so those free positions are pretty valuable. It's almost like if you know a little bit about soccer, when they get a penalty kick when they're fouled in the goalie box, and then it's just like penalty kick. Oh man, you know they're gonna score. It's not quite as set as that they will score, but it's a pretty good chance. It's the best chance you can have as a girls lacrosse player to score on that free position.
I agree, and Captain Sydney Liebel getting it done. Like that's a measure of a leader. Not saying what you can do and like at your best. Is when you have those easy opportunities, you gotta polish them off.
Yeah, that's very good point, Sorrel. Nice to have you here. You are definitely good at what you're doing here, and hopefully we'll have you at games in the future. Yeah, but as we see Benilde repossessing the ball and sending it downfield, Emily Schmitz, but it is picked off and going the other way.
She had a lot of
Number
steam.
3, Mariah Cray there, sprinting in that one, and she still has the ball, taking it around to the left side. Definitely a righty there, so we'll see her. The pass down, shot, and a goal, the first one for them. I believe that is number 2, Maya Quigley. Yeah, on that one, she was sent. The ball was sent to her behind the net. She's a freshman.
Freshman Maya Quigley getting it done.
Yeah, you see her getting the pass behind the net, going around the defender, breaking through there, the shot and the goal. That's DeJulia's first goal she's let in the game. Not too much pressure on her so far, but that's definitely a shot that's hard to save when the player can come up around the defender there. It's just you and the shooter. As a goalie, that's a tough one. But good for Cretin to get on the board here. Maybe they can turn their luck around a little bit here as we have 5:45 left in the first half.
And by the looks of things, I'm seeing Ellie Crawford's the only goalie on the roster here. So I mean, you might see her for the long haul.
Yeah, definitely a thing that happens a lot in these games. A goalie change if someone's not playing well, or
because it's more of a defense thing than a Ellie Crawford thing, because she's really getting it done. Not to not to put it on one person or to give all the credit to one person, but
no, and a lot of it's the communication too.
Exactly.
But no, definitely Ellie Crawford is one they're going to want in for this one. But yeah, if you see an injury or anything, it'll be interesting to see who their backup goalie is, or a penalty. I don't know, but. It's always interesting to see that, especially if they don't have another set goalie, who their emergency goalie will be, as they only have one goalie listed on their roster. So
exactly.
That'll be interesting. Hopefully for them, they won't have to do that. As we see another play up here for Benilde, that is number 4, Alexa Tatarin, the junior midfielder, shooting. Crawford with another save. That's got to be 8 or 9 for her so far. And Allie Coughlin again taking it in over the defenders, over Ellie Crawford. Another one for her. That's 2 for her, right?
That's 1 away from a hat trick, my friend.
Yeah, so we've got Sydney with 3, Allie with 2. The seniors dominating right now. Look at that replay there. We constantly see Sydney and Allie beating these defenders with their speed, getting around them, getting a good dodge, or just running around them. If they have one step on them, it's really hard for the goalie to save those.
And that's the thing. When you're that good at footwork, and because not to talk about basketball, in a girls lacrosse game, but footwork in basketball definitely gets you ready for this. And
yeah, no, I agree with you 100%.
And the fact that you just see, and you have to finish. You have to finish. You can't can't have a great move and then get in and not finish. So it's good that she finished there.
No time off on that. You gotta work hard 100% of the time. Good point, Sorrel. As we see Benilde possessing the ball here with just 5 minutes left in the first half. Whistle blown, stoppage in play once again.
Yep.
So for Benilde, this will be the last game of the season for them, I believe, as well as Cretin. Then they'll have to go on to sections, and this is a section where every single year of the state tournament, as we see Cretin attack here, number 13, Callie Tsheda, whistle blown. Blake has made it to the state championship every single year of the state tournament. They're the only team that's gotten out of this section. Benilde has had a lot of close games with them in the section tournament. This year, they kind of got dominated. I believe it was, what was the score to that game?
2-15 in favor of Blake School there. Wow.
So that is tremendous. Blake, we know, one of the forces in the state, as well as Eden Prairie, Prior Lake. But Blake has been in every state championship. So anyone playing in this section, it's really hard to be motivated going into that. I mean, every team wants to beat Blake, but the chances are slim. Eventually, we'll see them get beat, but definitely a tough one for Benilde.
And the loss to Chaska, which was only by 1, that's outside of Eden Prairie and Blake, of course. You got to take those ones. You gotta win the easy ones, or not the easy ones. We have to win
the close ones, yeah. And that's,
the not so powerhouse ones, because you have to. That's how you become a powerhouse, by getting what you can get from the teams that are either equal to or lesser than you.
Good point. As we see a shot off the mark there for Cretin, but yeah, no, that was a game too where both teams were playing pretty well, but one thing we saw for Benilde was there were a lot of turnovers, a lot of dropped balls, and not every opportunity did they take advantage of. So, and it was only a 1-goal game in the end, and they had a few shots that Sydney just couldn't get around the goalie that would have tied it up and possibly taken the lead for the Red Knights here. We're under 3 minutes left in the first half. Cretin attacking now, sent down, and the pass is off the mark. It will roll out of bounds as the Julia runs at it. Benilde possession, they will set up the clear.
So, not to, talk about other teams so much, but if you're Benilde, right, you have a 19-4 loss.
Ooh, pass intercepted there.
Wow.
Sorry for interrupting you, but
all good.
that clear there disrupted by Cretin, and I believe they'll be getting a free position here. So if you could just hold that thought for a second. I know you've got some genius going out of you, but a shot and another save by Anna DiGiulio. What were you saying, Cyril? I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no problem at all. I was saying, if you're Benilde-St. Margaret's and you have a loss to the two best teams, or maybe even 3 if you count in Lakeville South, you have a 19-4 loss, and then you have a 2-15 loss. What's your mindset going into if we ever meet up with Blake again? What's our mindset going into that game?
That's the thing, because your hope has got to be kind of deflated as you play these teams that dominate every year. As we see a shot off the mark for Cretin. But, I think the kind of thing is when we see these games get out of hand like 15-2, controlling possession has got to be one of the biggest key things. And I think you see that in a lot of sports. Because when you possess the ball, the other team simply can't score. And as we see a shot and a goal there for Cretin, ref will indicate it as a goal. And we'll see on the replay there, Cretin, as we were talking, put one in to make it 6-2 with just 1.5 minutes in the first half.
This game is far from over, just because we had a good five goals in the first. Those 2 goals definitely make it winnable. It's always been winnable.
Yeah, if Cretin can stay in this game, it only takes a couple big plays to get back in it. They're trailing by 4. It's 6-2 right now with 1.5 minutes to go in the first. I mean, even if they could just get one more, make it a 3-goal deficit at halftime, that's huge. As we see another draw here, Sydney Liebel, I believe, against Bree Osborne. And we'll see the restart here. Ref putting the ball between the 2 sticks. And whistle blown.
And
underway once again.
Oh, yep.
Bree Osborne.
Picked up by the defense. We've been calling her name a lot, too.
Yeah, Bree Osborne, definitely a key player here on this team as the only sophomore. They got a lot of young talent on this Cretin team.
Definitely.
And Sydney Liebel now with the ball. Will be taking it the other way.
And they're on the move immediately. That's one thing that you notice about Benilde here. They're on the run like that.
Yeah, quick team. As we were talking about their agility, that's something that Cretin's having trouble with, and that, frankly, is why it's 6-2. The defenders have kept getting beaten, as well as Ellie Crawford has played for Cretin. She can't save every one of them. They got to step up a little bit. As we see Allie Coughlin once again going around a defender, just dominating, but she is sent back as Cretin doing a better job sliding to the attacking players there. But a free position given here, so we may see another goal here. Allie Coughlin about 11, 12 yards out. Whistle blown shot, but it is deflected. Number 9, Josie O'Leary for Cretin. Great play that probably just saved a goal there.
Definitely.
On the free position. That's what you want to do on those. And now
looks like Crawford's getting some help.
Yeah, Crawford is finally getting some defensive help, and now O'Leary is trying to clear it, but she drops it. So that is picked up by Benilde. Number 13, Ellie Bear. And now Allie Coughlin possessing. 30 seconds left in the first half. Allie going in again around the defender.
On the attack.
Will she get another shot off? She will.
Boom.
Down low, another bounce shot and a goal for her. This is ridiculous. The senior domination today continues. We have hat tricks for Allie Coughlin and Sydney Liebel in their senior night final regular season game. Wow, impressive start. 7-2 Red Knights, as this may be the score we carry into halftime, as there's only 20 seconds left. On that replay, you see a good step out by Ellie Crawford, but I mean, she can't cover the whole net when she's the only one in there. Again, we see just the attacker and the goalie, and you know, I don't think it's so much as we should blame the defense right now as Allie Coughlin and Sydney Liebel, and I mean this whole Red Knight offense are just dominating with their speed.
Fire. They're
their
on
speed,
fire.
They're going around these defenders, they're dodging like crazy, and no one can stop them right now. Ellie Crawford, the last line of defense, is the only one who's been able to do anything about it because she can't get beat with speed.
And as you say so, we're on the run for maybe another goal.
And Sydney Liebel shot a good save up top by Ellie Crawford. 8 seconds left. She checks the clock, sees that, and doesn't want to have any other shot possibilities, so she's going to hold it till the buzzer, and that will be it for the first half here at Benilde-St. Margaret's. So, Sorrel, so far, what have we seen? I mean, the speed and agility for this team, 3 by Sydney, 3 by Allie Coughlin. I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it. They've just been running around the defenders despite Ellie Crawford's 8 or 9 saves so far.
Definitely.
Just dominating the seniors are. So that'll take us into our halftime break. Thanks for sticking with us so far. Hope you'll be back for an entertaining second half. This has been a good one. 7-2, Benilde-St. Margaret's lead.
We have a job to do out here today.
To be a winning team, you have to work like a winning team.
My team depends on me.
And my team is 50,000 strong.
Looks like a lot of work's going into this.
This is what it feels like to be part of a team.
A winning team.
The Action Team.
Get in on the action at actionteam.org. Are you in?
Hello and welcome back to Benilde-St. Margaret's High School for the second half of this MSHSL lacrosse matchup. Benilde hosting Cretin Derham Hall Raiders. They have a 7-2 lead going into the second half. So far we've seen senior domination. I'm here with Cyril Blake Tene. I'm Ethan Lee. Allie Coughlin with 3 goals and Sydney Liebel with 3 as well.
Definitely.
So maybe we'll see some of the same in the second half. Benilde, really their key has just been speeding around those defenders, getting a lot of good dodges, and that's really been generating a lot of shots. Ellie Crawford, I believe she has 9 saves so far on 7 goals, but it's been a high pressure game for her, and despite her great efforts, Cretin trailing by 5 starting this second half. Sydney Liebel here on the draw for Benilde against Josie O'Leary for Cretin. Benilde winning, and immediately Allie Coughlin sending it into McCall Brummelkamp. Brummelkamp sends it down back to Alexa Tatterin, the junior. And Tatterin will take it behind the net, but Benilde, as we talk about them possess first in this second half.
And you know, Benilde just strike so quickly.
Yeah, they like we've been talking about the whole game. I mean, we repeat it: agility, speed, agility, speed, agility, speed, and that's what we see here as a cut by Tatterin right in front of the net. Sydney probably could have hit her there, but decided not to. She spins around, goal, and a good shot, offside save. Though by Ellie Crawford, she got there, and that's impressive. I believe that's her 10th save of the game so far.
And the crazy thing is that, you know, it's senior night, so, you know, we're supposed to talk about, like, the seniors and, you know, things that they like to do. But the game has just been so electrifying that we can't even, we can't even get any downtime in here.
There's no dead air time, and that, you know, that's okay. I mean, that's better for the viewers. I'm having fun. And, yeah, so... when we get some downtime, we'll definitely talk about the seniors. We have these programs because it is senior night tonight for Benilde. So we'll hopefully get some of that information out to you viewers. But for right now, I mean, we're gonna cover this game because it is definitely been exciting. Not really many dead spots so far. As we see Benilde struggling to possess, Cretin sweeping in there. Whistle is blown. Another one of those whistles. A lot of stoppages we see in this girls' game. Restart for Benilde. Allie Coughlin with those bright orange cleats going around the defender. She's dominated so far. We'll see if she can do it again here. faking like she's gonna go back and then goes the way she started.
That head fake really throws defenders off because you can just see it on the field.
Yeah, and that's the thing with this Cretin defense. They're gonna start, I think, at least they should start playing off of her a little bit so that she can't just go right up on them and get around them. They need to slough in a little bit, give them a little space. You know, kind of like same thing you would do in basketball if a point guard was going right around you. We keep referencing basketball. It's a sport we both know best, but there's a lot of similarities between that sport and this girls lacrosse game.
Definitely. It's you know, when you don't want to play out someone because you don't want them to burn you, but at the same time, you don't want to give them too much space.
And speaking of burning you, Sydney Liebel going around the defender there, but the shot off the mark. As you were saying, Sorrell, sorry about that again.
Oh, no, I was going to take over the play-by-play. You got it.
But, yeah, no, Sydney Liebel really getting a good look there, but, again, can't get it in the net. As we saw Eleni Fialo earlier getting a good opportunity, not getting in. So the key here is going to be getting the shots on goal. But, again, maybe the reason why they're missing a few is because they're trying to get those more outside because of Ellie Crawford's amazing game for Cretin so far.
Yep.
Yeah, feel free to chime in about anything, Sorrell. I don't want to steal your thunder. You're having a pretty good first game up here. Ellie Coughlin now with the ball in the goal circle. Back to Sydney Liebel. Liebel, her last regular season game as a captain for the Red Knights.
Wow, that must be a great feeling. And to have a hat trick in your final game as a captain, that's magical.
Yeah,
actually,
I'm sure
almost
shot. Wow,
almost scored another goal. Wow.
But Ellie Crawford gets a piece of it and then turns around and handles it there. Ellie.
Oh, interception.
Very impressive. And she tries to clear it, but Allie Coughlin will get it. Could she get in? No.
That is just that's just relentless defense by Allie Coughlin. I haven't seen much like that.
Yeah, no, the aggression is definitely a key for Benilde here. Their speed is a big part of it too. They're just swooping in there. The people trying to clear, like Ellie Crawford there, probably didn't even see Coughlin there. I don't think she would have thrown it otherwise. But she swoops in there as Sydney Liebel takes it in. Interesting decision not to shoot it. She had a couple steps on the defender, but maybe they're holding the ball a little bit and she only wants to get the best looks.
Maybe it'll work out. We don't know yet.
Yeah, and their shooting confidence has got to be good, but not as good as it could be with Ellie Crawford making all these saves. They understand just how good of a goalie she is here.
As we approach 20 minutes in the second half.
20 minutes left to go in the second. 7-2, Red Knights. Tatterin with the ball now. She is denied by number 5, Mac Molnar, but she gets in. As we see the crowd reacting to that, but a whistle blown.
With the players with such a, with a little smaller stature, you can see how easy it is for them to, move on the court.
There we go, a free position and a goal for Alexa Tatterin. Yeah, she's a small, quick one, but that's going to be hard for the defense to really control her out there. But she gained the free position as the Cretin defense was kind of getting frustrated with them, committed a violation. They're 10 yards out when you have a quick player like that with a good shooting arm. Really hard to stop those, almost like we were talking about a penalty kick in soccer, one of those where it's almost inevitable that they score if they can get a good quick start on it. And Tatterin right there goes low, gets it in past Ellie Crawford. 8-2 Red Knights, 20 minutes to go in the second half. Red Knight domination. I believe that is the first junior goal for this Red Knight team with the 8 goals that we've seen so far and all these juniors and sophomores out here. I mean, this is definitely a good thing on senior night that these seniors are getting into this game. But now we're seeing the juniors take over a little bit. We'll see a wide range of scoring, as this will not be the end of the scoring route for Benilde. Cretin, if they're going to want to get back into this game, they really need to start possessing the ball, because right now they're losing a lot of possessions. As we see Emma Vanderheide for Benilde taking it down the field. They need to control it before they can get any shots. And like we were talking about earlier, that's the key, is possession. Ball down again. McCall Brommelkamp picking it up.
She's on the run.
Yeah, she's another quick one.
Great footwork.
They definitely have the speed advantage, Benilde does. Now taking it in is number 8, Sophie Rue, another player with some experience on this varsity team. Taking it back behind the net. She'll be a key player next year for the Red Knights, possibly a captain. Passed over to Vanderheide, but the ball is down, picked up by Mac Molnar for Cretin Derham Hall. She's
on the run.
Blowing by defenders. and sends it into the middle, but just a lob pass in there, trying to get something going in desperation. Gretchen Sattler, the first-year player as a senior starter, picking it up. Impressive to see her. Maybe we'll see her get her first goal of the season here. She usually plays back on defense. Now she's coming up for this one, and as she dumps it off to Emma Vanderheid, she will go back, and Allie Coughlin will come back up to her midfielder position.
And speaking of Gretchen Sattler, her favorite warm-up song is Bring 'Em Out. It's a good choice.
That's a good one. I love these programs here. They talk about what they'll miss, future plans, that kind of thing. Interesting. Heather Honus is a manager for this Benilde team, and as we're up here broadcasting, she's going to Mizzou to study sports marketing or sports broadcasting, it says. So maybe we'll hear of her in her future. Maybe we'll see her on ESPN or something.
Maybe she can give me some pointers.
Yeah. No, I think this is a good thing. We're getting some experience young. Maybe you'll see me or Sorrell up on ESPN someday. It'll be a long shot, but, this is fun. We're having fun up here, right? I mean,
Definitely.
Get to watch sports, talk about them. People listen to you. I mean, you feel cool, so I'm having fun.
It's a great night. Vibrant sky, and not too cold, not too warm. A little bit of a chill, but.
And Benilde putting another one in, that will make it 9-2 Red Knights. 7-goal lead for them relatively late in this one, 18 minutes to go. Not looking good for the Raiders. I think they don't have a bad team, but when they can't win most of the draws and they're dropping passes and throwing just like lob passes downfield, they're not really doing much to set themselves up for any goals. So maybe if they play a little smarter, they could get back into this one. Number 7, Shayla Osborne with the ball. Now she's breaking by a couple defenders. A shot to the right side of Anna DiGiulio. That one goes in. That will make it 9-3. So see, they're able to possess the ball, get it downfield, and then we see the Cretin speed coming out. A lot of speed in this one for both teams.
Midfielder Shayla Osborne. That's her first goal today, and maybe we'll see a little bit more of her. As a senior, that's kind of her job, is to lead the team. And
speaking of her leadership, she has 38 goals on the season and 25 assists, 63 points. She's the point leader for this Cretin team. Monica Whaley coming in second with a mere 42. I shouldn't say a mere 42, but compared to Shayla Osborne with 63, I mean, she dominates. So the fact that this is her, we're just hearing of her now as far as scoring, is pretty impressive for Benilde's defense that they've been able to do that. I mean, Cretin's been turning the ball over, but they've also been able to keep them out. As we see Cretin here on another attack, that is number 9, Josie O'Leary. She gets in, a shot off the top pipe, down and out. Couldn't get that in, but that's as good of an opportunity as they're going to have all day to put that in and decrease the lead to just 5 for Benilde. They can't do it. McCall Brommelkamp now struggling to clear it down the field.
A lot of physicality out there around midfield.
Yeah, I know. It gets aggressive. A lot of drop balls, so a lot of fighting for it. So it's entertaining, but going back to that shot, as we see on the replay here, look at that spin around by her. The shot shoots low, bounce shot up to the bar. It goes bar down, but bar down and out, not in. So they couldn't get it in, but beautiful play. If we had a highlight reel, that would be definitely a top play of this match.
Maybe we should get to somebody about that.
Yeah, we should have a guy making those for the end of the game here, but someday maybe we'll get that here. But for right now, we do have a good guy, Paul Broden, running this whole thing in the truck. So big thanks to him early. If I forget later, he's the one who makes this whole thing happen. We just sit up here and talk. He's the one showing you the replays, graphics. As we see Allie Coughlin coming in, sending it over to teammate, whistle blown. We'll see what the ref is going to say. And as we were talking about, he's going to be rearranging these players a little bit because wherever the player was when the whistle was blown is where they have to be when the play restarts. But since we have a free position here, Allie Coughlin, so another possible goal to make it double-digit scoring for the Red Knights. They have to be, I think, 4 meters away from the player. So we'll see here. Start up, the pass over, a shot,
wow, good
and
defense.
Save. That Ellie Crawford is just on fire. That is Eleni Fiallo getting the pass there. Can't get it in, however. But Cretin will take it back. We'll see here. They're down 6 if they can get something going. As you see on the replay, though, good team play. I don't think anyone saw Fiallo there as it was just her and Crawford. But
look
Crawford,
at that speed.
Yeah, look at that speed for number 3, Mariah Cray.
They are not lacking in that factor. No way.
No, both of these teams are blowing by them, and I think that's why we have a high-scoring game, at least for the Red Knights so far. They haven't really been dropping too many balls, and that's been their key versus Cretin Derham Hall, who have just turned the ball over a lot. But they have a good game there as they see a shot, but no goal called for the ref. We'll see what they end up calling, but they're going to indicate no goal as we saw a good play there. See that shot, got it in there. I believe that was number 2, Maya Quigley, who has 10 on the season. Couldn't get her 11th there, but a free position given. So possibility for one here. Maya Quigley will be taking this. We'll see if the defense can't get in and stop her. She just shoots right away, a ripper from 10 yards out.
Wow.
Goes low on DeJulio, 9-4 now.
That's Maya Quigley's 12th goal of the season.
Yeah, impressive for her. She has 2 on the day, I believe, and just ripped that one right away. You usually think, as we see here on the replay, that they're going to run in a little bit, and I think that's why DeJulia maybe wasn't ready in the net there, because she thought she was going to take a few steps in and then shoot, but she just ripped, took kind of a half stutter step, shot. Great, beautiful ripper in there for Cretin. Wow, that's impressive. We've seen a lot of good plays by this Cretin team. They just haven't been able to convert too much, but they're definitely still very in this game with 15 minutes still to go, trailing by 5.
And maybe we can see a little bit out of Katie Buckingham from Cretin Derham Hall, because she has 14 goals on the season. If you look at Bree Osborne, she has 13 on the season. Monica Quigley, like you said, has 22, and Shayla Osborne, wow, 38 goals. That is crazy.
That is something, and we see Shayla Osborne, a senior, Bree Osborne is only a junior, and Maya Quigley we see here dominating with a couple goals today, and that smart play there, taking the shot right away, catching the goalie off guard. She's only a freshman for this team. So earlier we were talking about the Benilde freshmen and how they're impressive, but right now the freshman show is definitely on for the Raiders. 2 goals by Maya Quigley so far, and as we have a little break here for a timeout, maybe we can look into this senior night booklet a little bit.
Why not?
We'll list off a few players. Margot Brink, the captain, as well as Sydney Liebel, the captains for Benilde, the seniors. Allie Coughlin, we've called her name a lot, as well as McCall Brommelkamp. Emma Vanderhyde also in there, number 11. Katie O'Connor and Gretchen Sattler, the first-year player. A lot of these things are really cool to see. We see they did a Milwaukee trip earlier this year, where I believe they actually lost. One of their losses is out there in Milwaukee, but a lot of them say the Milwaukee trip was a key thing for them this season, and definitely shows like the team bonding, team building kind of aspect and how they enjoyed that.
And speaking of Emma Vanderhyde here, her favorite lax memory is running through the 12 with her woes. I see a little bit of a Drake reference there, but she's definitely been running through this Cretin Derham Hall defense and setting up her teammates for good goals.
Good connection there, Sorrel. Very impressive. It's nice to have you here again, Sorrel. I think you might have a future in this. Come out here some more. I'm having fun. Are you?
I'm definitely having fun.
All right. Well, see, we're doing pretty well so far as we see Sydney Liebel out there on another draw. 9-4. Cretin trying to push back into this game. We'll give you a little more senior info as this second half goes on. But right now, the draw is being set up. We'll see if Benilde can't get the ball and possess it a little bit, try to take the momentum away from this Raider team. Ball down and picked up immediately by Bree Osborne. We've called her name quite a bit. She sends it down to number 2, Maya Quigley, the freshman.
They're advancing up the field quickly.
Yeah, and Maya Quigley, the freshman, taking it around the back of the net. We'll see if they can't get something pretty quick here. Taking it up. Now they'll slow down, but, definitely good for them to get the quick possession there. They're going to need to win a lot of draws if they're going to crawl back into this one.
And as you can see, that clock has to go off in your mind. That's saying we have 15 minutes left, and this is a good team. We're playing a very good team. And we're down by 6, and we have to get into it fairly quickly. Down by 5, not 6. Sorry, but when you look at a team that's this good, and both the teams are they're pretty equally matched. I think that we might have caught them off guard this time, but I don't see why Cretin can't crawl back into this game.
No, I think the play is fairly equal here. I think the thing is Benilde has made less mistakes.
Definitely.
And as we see. That is number 8, Sophie Rue, taking it down there, but can't get anything in for Benilde. Now the ref, again, shuffling the players around, pointing. We'll see what they end up coming up with. But right now it looks like Eleni Fialo, the junior, has the ball. She won't be here next year for this Benilde team, going off to Boston. Family moving out there. So unfortunately, they won't have her next year. But for right now, they do. A shot saved by Ellie Crawford. Another whistle blown. Possession, ref is indicating, will go back to Cretin. Some sort of violation for Benilde there. So Eleni Fialo playing in her last, at least regular season home game for the Red Knights.
And that crushes you, honestly. You know, you might be excited to move out to new places, but when you've grown around a team that's grown around a school that's this tight knit, it can be painful. But
yeah, definitely a school where, I mean, for the most part, at least, like, seniors and juniors know each other, juniors and sophomores. Within a couple grade levels, you pretty much know everybody at the school. And at least I don't know how it is in the younger grades, but as you get older at the school, it's definitely a thing where everyone, you don't have to be best friends with them, but everyone's, you know, nice to each other and
definitely
says, how are you, what's up, that kind of thing. And you don't see that at a lot of schools. So I think that's another thing that helps this team with the team chemistry is a lot of these players are really close to each other outside of the lacrosse team.
Exactly. And like I touched on before, a lot of these players have played other sports together.
Yeah.
Because you kind of tend to see people that like the same sports go out for the same sports and become friends quickly.
Yeah. And an example of that would be Emma Vanderhyde and Allie Coughlin, both key players, as we see 14 Bree Osborne down for Cretin, but they will pick it up, and it looks like Cretin will remain in possession.
Because she's okay.
And yeah, that's good that we don't have an injury here, as we saw a couple of possible injuries the last time we were out here for the girls' games, but nothing serious. And here today, we've played a pretty clean game so far. It's been aggressive, but definitely clean. We've had a lot of stoppages, as we see here another one. We'll get going. Bree Osborne with the ball. Cretin needing to attack quick. 12 minutes left in this game. 5-goal lead. Ref now conferring with the scoreboard operator. We'll see what results from that. But definitely this is going to be a key possession for Cretin. I think this is the time in the game where you have to start getting shots and scoring goals. You can't just mess around and like slow it down a lot and just kind of play like you normally play. You got to start speeding it up and recognize that you have 12 minutes to score 5 or 6 goals. Really.
Right. And you know, Benilde just boom, like at the drop of a hat, they can be down the field and in the goal at any time.
They got to be sprinting back. Cretin does every time, and we see a pass, a shot, and a goal for Cretin. This is exactly what they've needed to do right now. They are definitely doing it, and as we'll see on the replay there, a quick pass over and a shot, and right over to Julio. Can't track that one down as it goes top right. I believe that's number 4, Monica Whaley, and that was a pretty one. Maya Quigley, I believe, gets her the assist. So 3 points for Quigley so far. Wow, 9-5 now. Benilde is still leading, but with only a 4-goal lead here, 12 minutes left, this could easily change. The momentum definitely right now with Cretin. And we'll see Josie O'Leary on the draw. She has 61 draw controls on the season against Sydney Liebel.
Sydney Liebel has 33 of those.
So we see there, ball going up. Larry gets the tip, but can't get a hold of it. But
physical play by Sydney Liebel.
Yeah, it's definitely aggressive in there, but Megan Ekstrand does control it. The whistle is blown, so Cretin will possess. This is going to be key for them right here to keep doing what they're doing, getting down. Number 9, Josie Larry now taking it in. Cretin will settle a little. Now I'd say with 4, they have a little time to settle, but still need to be firing those shots. So you see a spin around by Shayla Osborne. Ball down, and Benilde finally controlling it a little bit. Let's see if they can successfully clear. This is Emily Schmitz taking it down, the junior. Possibly another captain, potential captain for next season, as she dumps it off to senior Allie Coughlin. Coughlin breaking through, but at midfield, a whistle blown. We'll see what this is. They'll send her back to the 45-ish yard line, and Benilde will possess on the restart.
And Benilde's off.
McCall Brummelkamp taking that one, and she sends it up quickly to Lily Efforts. efforts down to 13. Ellie Bear, only a sophomore on this team. Benilde kind of running the time down a little. They're going to be passing it around, but I don't think they're going to hesitate to shoot if they get the opportunity. But right now they lose the ball.
Right.
I think Josie Larry that is picking it up, and yes, it is, and she'll send it over.
Great passing by Cretin Derham Hall up there. Wow.
Yeah, they're definitely playing better in the second half, not turning the ball over. And she gave it up to Hitchcock, and now taking it down the field is number 4, Monica Whaley. We've heard her name a little bit today. She gives it to number 6, Megan Ekstrand. Ball down on a pass
Good
there.
defense by Benilde-St. They're like the Great Wall out there. Wow.
Yeah, high pressure. It's hard to get around them, but we've seen a few plays where Cretin has just been too quick around them, gotten a couple of quick feeds and goals. But yeah, for the most part, Benilde playing solid defense today as Sophie Roux taking it down, trying to get a shot going around the defender. Shot high and goal! Benilde finally getting into double digits, 10-5. That's going to be a big one as it stops the momentum from shifting so much to the Cretin Derham Hall Raiders. That was huge. She just took it right down the field here as we see on the replay. Goes up with the shot. Sophie Roux, think that would be her first goal of the game.
They're finally showing some personality out there, saying that we're not going to let this one go.
Yeah,
we're
no,
not gonna...
being more aggressive, having more energy. 16 goals on the season for Sophie Roux now, and as you were saying, they've definitely got some fire to them as they know they're not going to want to give up this game. Draw again now. It will be Sydney Liebel. Ref setting that one up. Whistle blown. And
wow, look at that speed by Allie Coughlin.
And Allie Coughlin possesses it as Elise Hitchcock couldn't come up with it. Sydney getting over towards Allie. And yes, Allie with the speed now sends it sending over to Sydney. The shot and another save by Ellie. That is Ellie Crawford. Dude, we stopped keeping track of her saves a couple minutes ago. We just lost track. 12 or 13, I would say.
Wow.
Would be close. Yeah, she's definitely had more saves than goals allowed.
Imagine this game without her.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like if you had a less experience or a little worse goalie in this game, I think this could easily be 15, 18-5 right now. But Ellie Crawford with an impressive .665 save percentage on the season is showing her skill off today. And I would say this team isn't playing too poorly, but Benilde, with as much as they're getting these opportunities, generating them with their speed and agility, I would say the only thing really keeping them in this game right now, besides the slight offensive explosion we've seen in the last couple of minutes, is Ellie Crawford at net. And we have a stoppage in play. Clock still winding down, so this will be Benilde's advantage as, again, the ref and the operator trying to figure something out here.
And to touch back on the Meet the Seniors pamphlet that we have here, well, something that you see as a pattern throughout the program is that a lot of these players, their favorite lax memories are basically being together.
Yeah.
And that's something that even if you don't really get along, but being together and enjoying your time together, that's definitely a big part of being on the field.
I agree, and I think that's the thing with the Wisconsin trip. They couldn't come up with the win out there, but they definitely had some team bonding. We see Allie Coughlin here just saying team bonding and be able to hang out and play lacrosse with all my friends. That's what it comes back to, especially in high school, as we see the clock still running down here. Operator and ref trying to figure something out again. We're having some technical difficulties, not with our ParkTV 16, but down on the field there. So
yeah, we're all good up here.
Yeah, we're doing okay. We're surviving through this and having a good time. So there will be a timeout now. Players will go over, leave their sticks on the field. But yeah, team bonding. A lot of them talking about Milwaukee going out there, or just team bonding in general. Running through the 12 with my woes. That would be another one. That's Emma Vanderhyde with that one. Talking about, what is that, a Drake reference you said?
Definitely.
Heather Honus, even the manager, all of the shenanigans in Milwaukee. So this team is really tight-knit.
That's what it takes.
It's pretty much a whole team of seniors saying that was their favorite part of lacrosse in general in high school. Clock still ticking down, 6:50 remaining. Obviously something with the clock because we're on timeout here, still ticking. So we have more than 6 minutes left. I believe this started at 8 or 9 minutes. So we'll see if they can't get that figured out down on the field. But right now, I mean, we'll see. We'll look at these future plans for these seniors. As it is about 60 degrees out here, kind of chilly, but not terrible as we have the last lacrosse game of the season for these girls. Future plans, Katie O'Connor studying a lot of these Benilde kids. Obviously they're students first, but it's really impressive to see what they're doing. Forensic psychology is what Katie O'Connor will be studying. We talked about Gretchen Sattler earlier, playing basketball at St. Thomas next year. We'll start up at the top with Margot Brink. What are her future plans, Sorrel?
She's looking to go to Texas Christian University, TCU, the Horned Frogs. It's, 60 out there is about winter.
Yeah, so that's a really nice school too. A lot of,
Definitely.
I mean, every dorm down I visited there, I almost went there. I got some family going there. So I've seen that a few times. A great university down there, good school as well as, I mean, it's just a nice place. McCall Brommelkamp going to Cretin, another prestigious university. And we see down the list Allie Coughlin, who has a sister who is on the basketball team at the University of Minnesota. She's pretty well known around here.
She's part of the 1,000-point club.
Yeah, so she was one of the best girls basketball players in Benilde-St. Margaret's history. Grace Coughlin, Allie's sister, as well as Allie, great basketball player, as well as soccer and lacrosse. So she'll be joining her sister there. And then a lot of people from Benilde going to DePaul, and included in that is Emma Vanderhyde, the D and mid for this Benilde team. She's studying art and design out there in Chicago at DePaul. A lot of Benilde people also going to Mizzou, as we talked about Heather Honus, the manager earlier, going to study sports broadcasting there. Future broadcaster maybe for her. Sydney Liebel will join Gretchen Sattler. I know they're good friends. They were on the basketball team together at St. Thomas. And we've got Jalen Long, another manager. He's really a character at Benilde. A lot of people are going to miss him. He's a funny guy, pretty nice guy. He was a hockey goalie for this Benilde team the last few years. He's going to Minnesota State Mankato. He'll be studying sports management there. So a lot of sports involved with these players here, either going to play sports or study something that has to do with sports in college. As we see, we're finally restarting this game.
Yep.
Good job helping me get through this delay there. Something wrong with the clock operator down there. But back to 9 minutes, 22 seconds is the time we were at. Players will go back to the spots where their sticks were laid down, and hopefully we'll have a smooth flowing rest of the game. But maybe that takes a little momentum out of Benilde's hands. I don't know, but with a 5-goal lead right now and possession, Benilde in pretty good shape to come up with the win here if they can continue to possess this game.
I agree. I see it maybe at the end of the tunnel, but don't count Cretin Derham out yet. You know, the Raiders are still raiding.
Oh yeah, they are, and that's going to be a key for them to possess the ball without letting the goals in. And that, you know, I wouldn't be more confident in anyone besides Ellie Crawford here. You gotta appreciate having her in the net for the Raiders, and if they can somehow come back and win this game, all the credit has to go to Ellie Crawford. Tremendous game despite being fired on consistently. She's allowed 10 goals, but more saves than that for her, so you gotta appreciate that. And I think regardless of the outcome of this game, she's definitely gonna get some credit from her team and some love from them for how she's played today. Alexa Tatarin now down there with the ball, another soccer player for Benilde.
Yep.
She's been playing on the varsity team for a couple years.
And she has
bringing in there Allie Coughlin.
Quite a few minutes played for Ellie Crawford. She has over 600 minutes played coming into this game. She's played the entire game. So
and like you said, I mean, she's the only goalie on this Cretin roster, so obviously an even more valuable asset in the fact that if she goes out, we don't know who goes in, an emergency goalie,
Exactly.
I guess. At least for Benilde, they have a freshman goalie, Claire Gazzini, who will be the future of this team and looks pretty good out there on the field. But, yeah, so, I mean, definitely an important player, and Cretin is going to want to do their best to kind of protect her and not let as many shots go in on her, but that's not the case today. She's getting fired on consistently, but a lot of saves here as we see Emily Schmitz passing it down to teammate number 9, Eleni Fialo, the junior. And now McCall sending it down.
Looks like we almost have a score.
Oh, a shot and another save. That was Sophie Rue on the shot there. Couldn't
Wow.
get that one in the net. But Ellie Crawford, wow. No words for her performance today.
Yeah, and like you said, you know, the freshman year may just be the future of our team. You know, we have Tenley Gage and Sammy Dieterding.
The first-year player
yeah.
in lacrosse making varsity.
Olivia Poland and Claire Grazzini, and 4 people that we could see, you know, owning the team next year. Maybe next thing you know, Grazzini could play, you know, a great game like Ellie Crawford here.
Yeah, and so you never really know, and that's got to feel good for the freshmen, knowing that as long as they keep working hard, they have 4 years of varsity experience by the time they graduate. That's huge, and maybe you'll see some of them go on to play college. Who knows?
Yeah.
Allie Coughlin breaking through here, but not too quick to do anything shooting-wise, as we are ticking down to just 6 minutes left, and they've got a 5-goal lead.
No reason to rush.
No reason to rush. Just possess the ball is the key. But Allie Coughlin getting in now, going around a couple of defenders, another whistle blown.
But it's always nice to score a little bit extra, huh?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's their last game at home and in the regular season, so they're definitely going to want to make their mark here with this crowd at Benilde. Got a good 5-person student section down there cheering for them. So we see Allie Coughlin now in the free position. This could be her 4th goal if she can put this one in. Restart here. 4 meters away are the defenders. And a shot down low and a goal. So Allie Coughlin really putting this one away for the Red Knights. 6-goal lead, 5.5 minutes
Is that
remain.
5 goals for Allie Coughlin, or is that 4?
Allie Coughlin, I believe that's 4 goals for her. She had the hat trick earlier. Sydney Liebel has 3. And we saw a couple by juniors, and then I believe McCall Brommelkamp had 1.
Yep.
As you just saw there in the replay, you know, those free positions, like I said, I would compare them to penalty kicks in soccer, where the goalie's got to hate them. I mean, you got the player running right at you, and you know they're probably going to shoot. So, you know, conceding those is huge for Cretin, and they've done that a few times, and, you know, so has Benilde. And that's just a part of this game, but, you know, Ellie Crawford doing as much as she can, but can't do everything for this team.
No.
As Maya Quigley taking it down. Again, a shot over the net. Chase won by Anna DeGiulio. She is the junior goalie for this team, so she'll have another year, and then Claire Grazzini will take over. But she's played an impressive season for them. Not too much action over there today. Cretin does have 5 goals, but haven't put a ton of pressure on her. At least not as much as Benilde has put on Ellie Crawford now, with Tatterin taking it down, trying to hit Emily Schmitz, but the pass is just off the mark, rolls out of bounds, and number 9 for Cretin, that will be Josie O'Leary, pick it up. But now a timeout for Cretin. With 5 minutes to go. They're going to try to draw something up. 6 goals down with 5 to go. I mean, I can't imagine what they're going to try to draw up here. It's going to be a long shot for them to get back in this game. Not that it's impossible, but they're going to need to change their game completely around if they're going to want to get this in. They're going to have to. It's going to have to be like a pass, shoot kind of thing. They can't waste time running around the field, motion offense, cutting a lot. They're going to have to get going right away.
Do you see Ellie Crawford maybe coming out of the goal?
You know, they can do that, but the thing is, you can only have 8 players on one side at the time.
Right.
At a time, and so it really wouldn't do them too much. The only thing I think might happen would be, and Ellie likes to clear the ball down a little,
right.
is if the goalie wants to clear the ball out, they can, and then if they go past the restraining line, a player that is a midfielder will just have to stay back. But yeah, I mean, that's something that we could see here on the clear, is if no one picks up the goalie. A lot of times they don't do that because the goalies aren't always the best with their stick work. I know I wasn't when I played. My coach would kill me if I went too far out of the crease. But so we may see that if she can get far down the field, that's a big advantage for them, because someone comes up on her, then someone else comes open, and then suddenly they've got a one-on-one with the goalie. Good point there. Maybe we'll see that. I don't know. I mean, honestly, there's no way to predict what exactly Cretin is drawing up right now. But as they'll have possession. On their defensive side of the field, they're going to want to clear it down quickly and get a few passes and a shot quick. I don't think they're going to have too much time to waste going around the crease.
Yeah, and even with a good crop of juniors and sophomores and even freshmen coming in, Benilde's definitely going to miss Ali Coughlin and Sydney Liebel and Gretchen Sadler just as much as manager Jalen Long is going to miss the naps over at Sydney Liebel's house. So I mean, this team is far from perfect, but they're far from they definitely don't need. They could use improvement, but this is a good team that we're looking at, and we plan on them being good for a couple more years.
Yeah, a lot of young talent on this team, as Cretin is their last regular season game, but as we've talked about, Benilde and Cretin will both be participating in section tournaments the next week, 2 weeks, and not a first-round matchup for Benilde and Blake, but it will be a matchup if Benilde can get through that. We'll see them playing each other, as the Section 6 consists of Cretin Derham Hall, Blake, Breck, Benilde, Holy Angels. Those are definitely the best teams in that section that we'll mention. So
we see Cretin Derham Hall on the attack here.
Yeah, Cretin here, and that is number 9, Josie O'Leary with that one. They're going to need to get down quick and score.
We're starting to see, we had to see this coming because, with the score down so low, with their score down so low compared to Benilde-St. Margaret's, they definitely need to get it kicking early.
Yep, they're going
offense.
quick, but see, the thing is, the clock only stops, besides timeouts, the clock only stops when it's under 2 minutes. So each time there's a little whistle here, like a little violation or a restart, the valuable seconds are going to be ticked off the clock, and that's not going to be good for the Raiders here on the attacking end.
Oh, it is not.
Free position restart. She's far out, though, not going to take the shot, but passing it over to Josie O'Leary, and another whistle. See, this is exactly what they were trying to avoid. Now a free position for Josie. We'll see if she can get in there. She is about 10 yards out, pretty much straight in front of the net here. She's going to want to take a shot. She goes low, off to the left side, out of bounds. Cretin wins the chase. They're going to be hurrying up here. They're rushed with just 3.5 minutes to go in this game to get shots. But that's the right idea with Josie, but got to put it on the net, I guess.
Definitely.
So we'll see if they can get another shot here quick. Running around, number 2, Maya Quigley, the freshman, and up to Josie now. She's possessed the ball a lot lately. See if she can get in there quick. They don't seem too rushed for what they should be. Interesting, but 3 minutes left in this game. Now number 14 with the ball, Bree Osborne. Taking it around, trying to get around a few defenders, can't go in there. She's pushed back out. Another whistle. Violation on Benilde. So she'll restart from about 15 yards out, Bree Osborne. She's not in the best position to shoot, but you may not see that as we do see that. But it is tipped away, I believe, by Lily Efforts, number 7, the junior for the Red Knights. So good defensive play there as the clock continues to widen down 2.5 minutes as it's sent up to Josie. Josie trying to get around, drops the ball. Good defense there by Gretchen Sattler, as well as Emily Schmitz.
Great defense.
Ball down, a whistle. Restart will go to the Red Knights. Emily Schmitz taking it down, so they can kind of ice this game here if they can get it past midfield. 11-5. This was a good game to call, though. I mean, it was definitely fun, entertaining. A lot to talk about with the seniors really dominating this one for the Red Knights. But it's nice to have you here, Sorrell, as we wind down. I hope you continue to do this for ParkTV 16, as this has been a fun broadcast. And not too bad. I know you're kind of nervous coming into this one, but we had a lot of fun, and not quite over yet. Tattering picking up the ball, minute 40 left, sending it down to Sophie Rue. Rue toss over there to Fialo, cannot come up with it. Ball down, whistle blown, and ref, another indication. This time it will be to Benilde. Tattering taking it back out. She'll start on the 15-yard line from outside the hash marks.
Yeah, we've been calling her name a lot, and it's just that when you see players, when we have to call their names a lot, it's not because, they're scoring goals or getting steal or getting saves and things like that.
Turnovers, anything, yeah.
Yeah, it's just helping the team. If you can get a nice assist, or you can even a pass to an assist, that helps the team. Anything to help. That selflessness is what's gonna get you. What's gonna win you championships.
Yeah, exactly, and that's something that this team is pretty good at. with the team chemistry. They're getting the passes. A lot of the times, it's senior to senior, junior to senior. Doesn't really matter. It really helps that these kids are friends with each other outside of just the lacrosse field.
As we see more communication down there.
Yeah, Cretin's still going all out. Benilde just trying to ice it. 57 seconds. So we're going to see a Red Knight win here today. That'll bring them to 7-4 on the season. Looking ahead for them, they're going to have a section matchup next week. DeJulio picking it up. A little play down there, but whistle blown. 44.5 as the clock stops. Probably against one of the lesser teams in the conference, Minnehaha, Academy, Minneapolis, whichever one Blake doesn't get, and maybe Breck will be ahead of them. But I think with this win in the section, Benilde will jump ahead of Cretin. But we'll see in the section. Benilde will probably get past the first round. Second round be a tough matchup. If they can get to the semifinals or finals, maybe a matchup against Blake. A 15-2 game Blake win, not too long ago, May 7th, so a couple weeks ago for Blake. But, when it comes to the playoffs, anyone can do anything, especially in a rivalry game. So it'll be interesting to see, maybe for the first year ever in tournament history, Blake will get knocked off before the state tournament. That would be nice to see, but
unless you go to Blake, of course.
Yeah, but it's nice to see a variety. And this year in the state rankings, Blake actually has a few losses. But they're 8-3, 9-3 on the season. They, I believe, 8th or 9th, 7th, 8th or 9th in the state, and we see a lot of teams ahead of them like Prior Lake, Lakeville, Eden Prairie. So it's definitely something to look out for. Maybe we'll see someone else winning this year. It was Lakeville, one of the Lakeville high schools won, or was in it one year, but Blake won that.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, Blake and Eden Prairie have been the only teams in the state championship and the only teams to win it. Blake and Eden Prairie hold all of the girls lacrosse state titles. It'll be nice when we see a variety. Maybe Prior Lake with a very impressive team this year. Maybe see them, if you're a girls lacrosse fan, going out to any of those games. But I have a feeling we'll see Benilde go at least a few rounds into sections. Maybe
Definitely
give Blake a run for their money.
You never know. Maybe it all it takes is a big save by Claire Gazzini, or a big goal by one of the players that might not score as many goals, or a big draw win.
Gotta have those players step up,
Right.
And if something happens like that against Blake, where they can kind of summon some kind of energy to do stuff that they wouldn't normally do and kind of shut Blake down early, that's where they could get ahead of them. And we can't assume they're going to go play Blake because they'll have a few tough games before that.
Definitely.
But, whoever ends up playing Blake, we give Blake a lot of talk and publicity because they've consistently dominated this. But, from a neutral perspective, it would be nice eventually to see someone take them down and take Section 6 for their own and take them to state. And we see a shot here, a goal, 9 seconds left. So not going to be too important for Cretin, but still a good play nonetheless. As we see, that is number 4, Monica Whaley. She's a freshman, isn't she? She's had a few goals in this game.
She's a
Monica Whaley, excuse me, is a senior. Maya Quigley. There's a lot of
we don't want to take too many years off her.
A lot of interesting names on these teams. Quigley, Whaley, Dolinsky, Chishida. I don't even. But no. Okay, 9 seconds left. Sydney Liebel taking the draw. We're gonna wrap it up here. Pretty much. Face-off 1, sent down. Denied by Gretchen Sattler. 3-2-1. That will be the season for both of these teams.
Wow.
We will see them in sections, possibly state, if one of them can take down the notorious Blake School in sections. We don't know, but as for this game, we saw a lot of speed, a lot of good passing. I mean,
Definitely.
I think turnovers were a big thing for Cretin as far as why they weren't able to dominate despite their decent play otherwise. You got anything to add before we wrap this up, Cyril?
Not really.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's pretty clear what happened in this game.
Definitely.
Benilde dominating with the speed. use the word dominating a lot because they clearly, I mean, they took over this game. Allie Coughlin, Sydney Liebel, McCall Bromelkamp. A lot of these guys were the key in winning this one. Domination all over on senior night. So congratulations to all of them on a great season. We will see them in the sections. Maybe we'll be doing a broadcast from here, Park 16 TV. I'm Ethan Lee along with Sorrell Blake Tene.
That's me.
Paul Broden in the truck. Dina Petch up there on the camera. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We will see you again soon. Park 16 TV.